Mzuka, are you ready? Moja mbili tatu.
I am ready. All right, thank you. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Stitching Time. Today we have a guest, Miss Tracy.
Shikilia.
And then
welcome.
We have the one and only Dr. Solomon.
The African Tantalizer.
Yeah, my name is Foxes. Mzuka Flan, Mzuka Mwenyewe. And today we are here to discuss something that has been a topic that people don't really know much about, or the ones who know much about it do not really share. We're here to talk about credit score, credit generally in this foreign land is an important thing.
True.
Yeah.
So Tracy is a realtor. You're a realtor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So at least today we're going to have a breakdown of how to get a house, what you need to get a house, or if you need an apartment, what you need as credit and all that stuff, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So Tracy is going to walk us through all that.
Yes.
That's idea Leo.
Bayambo.
Thank you.
So we want to know, tell us a little bit about what we should know about credit, how it's affected, the things that we need to consider before we start taking credit in this country. Just tell us, no particular format, just tell us what.
In your own words, just walk us through it any way it comes, just let us know.
So basically, credit is how reliable are you to be given a loan.
Okay.
In layman's language, it's how much risk can I take with you, and how much interest am I going to give you because you have a specific credit score.
Okay.
So credit scores in Canada, I think they range up to 900.
Okay. So
if you're somewhere about 750 to 900, you have an excellent credit score.
Okay.
Anything below 750 to 620, you're like a very good but good credit score. Anything below 620, then we need to work on that.
Okay.
We need to really work on that, because most loans you will get with something above 650, 680, but even way better, when you have a higher credit score, the better you get to qualify for. So like nowadays, you can't even get a rental if your credit score is not good. There are some jobs that they check your credit score.
Actually, that's very true.
Yeah, so that like they can see if you're reliable with a big amount of money, or with do you pay on time and all that.
So let's say I want to get a house like right now, the way the market is right now, and let's say I have like 20 grand saved. So and I'm like, okay, Trace, I need a house, and I'm looking for maybe a 3-bedroom, detached. So how do I go about it? Like, what would happen if I came to you and said that this is what I have?
So when you come to me, I am a realtor. I sell houses, but I will send you to someone who's a mortgage advisor, who will tell you how much you can qualify for. But something they will check, of course, the first thing, your credit. As I said, if you have something above a 650, we can work with that, but they always require something above a 700. Then you can have a Class A lender. Then after that, we look at your...
You said Class A
lender.
Yeah,
I was about to...
Yes.
I was going to say,
what's a Class A lender?
Yeah.
So there's different types of lenders. Class A lenders are like the top. They're going to give you a nice interest rate. So that's like the bank.
Like a lower interest rate.
Yes, a lower interest rate. Then there's a Class B that is going to give you a higher interest rate, but it's because you really, really need the house. Right?
And you're a bit risky.
Yes.
So they're willing to take the risk.
They are willing to take the risk, but for that you'll need more down payment to show them you're really, really into this. So there's that different types of lenders.
Makes sense. Okay. So basically I come to you and tell me, okay, Solo, I know you, you're my friend. You have 20 grand, but there's this mortgage person.
Yes.
You can go to, so you call up, say, what's up, my friend is coming through. Now they talk to me and say, okay, let's check your credit. And then
next we'll check your down payment, which you said you have around 20 grand.
20 grand.
Yeah. So for down payment in Canada, it's not a must you have the 20% down.
Okay.
So as you're a first time home buyer, let's say. So for your first 500 grand, you need 5% down, which is 25 grand plus closing costs.
Okay.
And then for anything more than 500 to 1 million, you'll require at least 10% down.
Okay, let's go slow. So I have 25 grand for 500,000.
Yes, for 500,000
plus closing costs.
Yes.
So what's the closing cost for like a 500,000?
Closing cost is about 1% to 2%
of the total.
Yeah, so
of
might
the 500.
be yes.
Okay.
So might be around 4,000, 5,000.
Okay.
So basically, it covers your lawyer fees. It covers your inspection, like the small fees that you never see that are hidden.
So
Title fees.
I need to have like 30,000.
Exactly.
That's what I need.
Yes.
Cash, money, taslim.
Yes.
I
In
get
the bank.
you. I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me to qualify for 500,000.
Yes.
But you say cash to slim. Do you take cash?
Like cash for down payment.
Yeah.
It's in the bank, right?
It's your money.
No, like if I had cash, then we come to your office with like money, paper.
Oh yes. If you have the whole amount, you do that. We take that.
Okay.
Because I just did a deal the other day, like full cash. Like it's even easier for you to close because you don't require a lot of time.
Okay.
We can get the deal done today and you have your house in 7 days.
Oh, wow.
Because you paid everything cash. We just get the lawyers done and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do all cash. If you win the
Yeah. So in a market like now, to get a house for 500,000 is it easy now with this market we're in right now?
right now with the interest rates being high, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
But if you have a perfect credit score, if you have good down payment saved up, if your debt to income ratio is good,
Yes.
that's something else we checked.
Yeah.
Then for 500, we would not do a detached like you wanted. We would do something like a condo,
Okay.
maybe a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom condo, maybe somewhere in like Pickering, like a little bit outside the GTA.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take you back a little bit. You said debt to income ratio.
Yes.
So what? Explain to our viewers what that is.
Yes.
So basically, a debt to income ratio is you're making 100,000 a year, right? But your debt is like your debt every month. What you pay every month, like 500 for your car, for let's say you took a business loan, all that. It's supposed to be something that when we divide when we check how much you're paying per month and we add your mortgage, you can still sustain yourself.
Oh, so at least you won't default.
Exactly,
Yeah.
so that you cannot default
You'll
on that
be
because
comfortable paying.
exactly because you can be having a 300k a year salary.
Yeah, but your debt is like 10 million.
Exactly,
Yeah.
10 million is
You're
a
in
lot.
trouble.
So now we're talking about that house, $500,
I see what you mean.
500,000 house.
Yes.
So continue with that math until closing.
So we're looking at this $500,000 house, right? So the first things first, as I said, is send you to a mortgage agent. So
Okay.
mostly I send people to Gatoto. Like you guys know Kelvin.
Yeah.
right?
Kelvin,
Yeah.
yes.
We know you, man.
Big up Kelvin, Mr. Toto.
Tunakutambua, man.
We want you on the show
Yeah,
too.
we know you, man.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So after I send you to him, he's going to check now your credit, your debt to income ratio, your down payment, and then he's going to give you a specific number that you will qualify for, right? So for example, you will qualify for 554, you know, like that specific number.
Yes, exactly.
For me, I'll just give you a range, but for him, he's going to give you something specific.
Okay.
So then that is called a pre-qualification.
Okay.
So after that, he's gonna give me a sheet that will show how much you can afford, and now we start looking for houses, right?
Okay.
So I'll send you houses that you like online, and then we go do showings and everything. Then we find something that you like.
Yes.
Okay.
So after we find something that you like, we'll do something that we call an offer.
Okay.
So we're going to do an offer on the house with the amount that you want to offer. Maybe if it's 500, you want to do 480, 450,
Okay.
until we get your offer accepted. Which in this market, if you have good pre-qualification amount, then you're very good at a very good place of negotiating.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
okay.
have the room to negotiate.
Exactly.
Yes.
So after that, then we do the offer, and then we'll have to do mostly I always do inspection before we pay the down payment,
Okay.
Inspection
which is
of
basically
what?
the deposit of the house.
The house,
yeah.
okay.
You need to
Yeah.
see how the house looks like.
Yeah. So
If there's
like
any structural issues,
Exactly.
Okay.
that needs to be repaired. So you can actually bargain. I've seen that on those shows.
yeah.
For they say,
After
man,
inspection.
this house has maybe repairs worth 10,000.
Yeah.
So you can pay less 10,000 for the
Okay.
repairs.
Okay.
Exactly. And then mostly for deposit, so that you can show you're serious. The more the deposit you put, the better.
Yeah.
So, because the seller is going to be like, okay, this person is very
Yes,
serious.
Yes.
But most transactions we do 5%.
Oh, okay.
So it will be transferred to a trust account
Okay.
for the brokerage which the seller is with.
Okay.
So then after that, now we'll have to do everything. We'll have to go get you a lawyer, transfer the title, all those small things. Do your check on the taxes if they've been paid, change your what is it called? Change your the companies that are doing the utilities in the house to change them to your name.
Okay,
The small things. We
yes,
do
yes,
all that.
yes.
and then after that we are ready to close.
Okay.
So when we are ready to close, like now, that's when Kelvin is gonna come in again, and we'll be like, okay, we've cleared you. You were giving you this $500,000 loan, and boom, now you're ready to get it.
Now you are approved. Before you were pre-approved.
Yes.
So now you've been
officially
been approved.
Yes, and that's why people say don't buy a car during that period.
Yeah, just chill.
Because it will mess you up because you had been pre-approved for this amount. But now we are checking your credit has changed because you got a car.
Okay.
The amount you can qualify for has already changed because you got a car or something else. So that's why you're told during that period don't do anything big.
Yeah, just chill.
Yeah, even taking a small furniture loan or something, don't do that. Just wait until after you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
So I have a question. How long have you been doing this thing?
It's been, how long has it been? 8 months now?
So you've been doing this for 8 months?
Yeah.
What?
And how long have you lived in Canada?
I've been here 3 years. 3.5 years now.
So 3.5 years. You went to school, civility school or something like that?
It's basically a course.
It's a course.
Yeah.
1 year, 2 years?
You're given a maximum of 2 years to complete, but the shortest time it would take you is like 8 months. For me, it took me like 8 months to complete.
Wow.
Because you do it on your own. For example, like
schedule.
you just, on your schedule, you study, it's like a bulk information on your laptop, you study. Then after you're ready, you book the exam, you do it. They're like 5 courses, so the same.
Okay, so basically you study on your own, you can get somebody to help you study, you get somebody, and then you just sit for the exams. When you pass, you get your license.
Yeah, but you will have 2 in-class sessions.
Okay.
Where you go and practice with other people who are learning how to be realtors, to understand like every single clause in every agreement. All that, now you have to do it in person, because at the end of the day, if I'm coming to sell your house, you're going to ask me, Tracy, what does this mean? Does this mean? I have to be in a position to understand.
Like basically you have to know law of contract a little bit.
Exactly.
Yes.
So now that's what you go to do in the in-person training.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you, man?
21, turning 22.
You see? These are the people we need in our community. This is what's
a good example of hard work, determination, and just knowing that you are capable of doing something and you go for it.
She's just 21.
Yeah.
She's been here 3 years. She got into the real estate thing.
Yes.
Now she's working full time, making her money, and she's sorted.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Excellent is the word. Now, I want to take you back to we've known what your credit score can do for you. So I guess it's the same procedure when you're getting a car.
Yes.
Kind of the same procedure. Okay. So now we want to know when does your credit score start being watched? Do you know?
Basically, being watched is immediately when you get your first credit card.
Okay.
Basically,
that one we should know.
We cannot assume.
You cannot assume.
We cannot assume that everybody knows.
Yeah, because if you don't have a credit card, you've never borrowed anywhere.
Yes.
You don't have any credit.
You don't have any credit, which is not good too.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yes.
In this kind of system, a credit system, you have to borrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you pay, and they see, okay, we trust this person.
Yes.
They've had a credit card for 20 years, and they've been paying. They've never defaulted.
Yes. Yes.
And they also actually add you money on your credit card if you just within that. It's called credit debt ratio, income debt.
That's it. Income ratio.
That's it.
You're learning.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah. So now take us to what we want to see, because now we're talking about the credit score.
Yes.
So let's go to guys who don't have the best credit score or bad credit score. And they plan in the future, in maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, they want to buy a house. So what can they do to repair their credit?
Yeah, so basically, first things first, credit score is measured by, I think, like 5 points. Like your credit utilization, your repayment, your diversity in the different types of credits you have. Like you can have your car loan, your student loan, all that.
Okay.
So basically, first things first, of course, the major thing is how well do you repay your credit.
Yes.
So for example, like if you're due 500 every month for maybe your car or something, your insurance, do you pay it like on time?
On time, yes.
So that's already one thing. And there's one thing I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, you can call the company if, let's say, your paycheck is coming on Friday and your payment is due on Wednesday. Rather than you being like, oh my God, I'm not going to make my payment. You can call the company, let's say if it's whatever bank it is or whatever it is, you can just call them and tell them, I'm going to default on my payment. Can you guys give me an extension?
Okay.
And then that is going to help you because you're going to be like, okay, it won't go to the credit bureau. It won't affect your credit.
It won't show that you defaulted.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's one thing I actually didn't know that, like, you can do that. So, like, when I was talking to my friend, that's when she was like, yeah, you can do that. Rather than you stressing yourself, being like, oh, calling your friends to send you money. Just call the company, tell them my paycheck comes in on Friday. I need to pay this. I'm going to pay you on Saturday.
That's good information.
That's good information.
A lot of people panic.
Exactly.
And then you keep quiet, and then you're like, okay, the money comes, they've already done their thing.
Yeah.
They try to get the money, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of the times it's just a call away.
Yes.
And if you've been with, for example, let's say it's a credit card, you've been with them for like
a while.
5 years,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, you've been paying it off, then why
so
not?
we know,
Yes.
We already know you're trustworthy with
Yes.
it. And then another thing is your credit cards, how much do you utilize? Do you use like 50%, 100%?
Yes.
So of course most people say the best you can do is just use 30% of your credit card, which most of the time is a little bit tricky.
It's tricky.
30%.
30% is a little bit tricky.
Hard times,
We had
man.
19%. 30% way.
But
So-
yeah, okay.
Most of the time, for me, I always try my best to do like 50%.
Yes.
Okay.
Because at times 30% is going to be tricky. Which at the end of the day, if you really want to do 30% and you want to stick by that, at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself with a lot of credit cards, maybe 3 or 4.
Yes.
So that if you spend, let's say, 1,500 in a month, if you use them in the 3 credit cards, then they're less, it's maybe 10%
It's
each.
spread over the 3.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's something else that people do. Let's say I know I'm buying a house by next year, and my credit is not that good because of my credit utilization. Then if I add like 2 credit cards,
Yes.
then I'm going to utilize it less. So that's something else that people
That
do.
makes sense. Okay. There are tricks. There are tricks.
Yeah.
Man, in this case,
See, this is
tricks.
why we need to make use of the information from the what do you call them?
The experts,
the experts in the community.
Yes.
So the community has a lot of experts in different sectors.
Exactly.
Talk to them. Ask them the difficult questions. It's free information.
Yes.
Some might charge you, but generally it's information that they can give. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
I think this is very informative, and this is something we need. Yeah. We need to have more of these discussions because I know a lot of us want to buy houses,
Yes.
and it's good information. Now I know I'm not going to anybody else to look for a house.
Yeah.
Then we have Tracy.
You have Tracy.
Then we have Calvin.
We have Calvin,
Yeah.
Kelvin, and a few other people
Yeah.
that, you know. So yeah, so we're still talking about repairing credit. So after looking at your credit utilization, any other things?
So as I said before, diversification. So if you only have, let's say, 1 credit card, then your credit score is all right. But if, let's say, you have an OSAP loan, you have a car loan, you have,
Yes.
it does boost your credit score. I'm not telling you out there to go and get a lot of
But
loans.
you borrow.
But-
It shows that you're paying.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
shows.
So it does build that up.
Yes.
And as we said before, if you have a credit card for the longest of time,
Yes.
then that does boost it
Exactly.
like way a lot. Because
Okay.
they're like, oh, we've trusted you for 4 years and you've
Yeah.
not defaulted. And if
Yeah.
you are defaulting, you did call us to
Yes.
tell us
You came
your payment
through.
is going to be
You came
this
through.
time.
Yeah.
You're in good standing.
Exactly. So that will also like build your credit
Okay.
like
Yes.
so much.
So guys, you hear?
Big time. Big
Get a
time.
credit card. If you're new here,
Yeah.
don't be scared of getting credit cards. I know guys who are scared.
Yeah, scared. They don't
Like,
want
a lot of
yeah.
people, you meet them the first time, like, oh, do you have a credit? No, I don't have.
I was told.
I don't own people money.
yeah.
You know that mentality
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah.
Then now you're like, okay, but you don't have credit.
Yes.
So when it comes to certain things, you can't do. So don't be scared. Get a credit card.
And to add on that,
credit.
like credit cards, there are very many good perks that you get with it.
Yes.
You get cash back, you get insurance for your plane ticket.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
some that give you like hotel
Exactly.
when
Oh,
you're staying in a
rental
hotel.
insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when in a the rental insurance one, yeah, that's actually is really good.
Yeah.
So in getting a credit card, you're even making yourself a little bit, it's a benefit to you too.
Yeah,
Apart from
exactly.
just your credit score,
Yeah.
there are some that give 4% cash back.
Exactly.
So when you get groceries, then you're getting money back. When you get whatever you're spending every day, when you go to
So
some,
hold on. So if I go and buy groceries worth my $400, they can give me $4 or $5 back.
yeah,
And put cash money back.
yeah, and it's
Sure.
gonna show you cash back
Yeah,
right
ndakuongea
there.
na watu wangu.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So
what's
those are
wrong?
some of the small things.
Yeah, we
you
know this, man.
Yeah, dollar by dollar builds up. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
But I think most people are scared of credit cards,
Yes,
as you said.
We are.
Because when we're back home, we're not used to,
Yes,
like getting loans for everything.
Let me put it this way: there's a your generation is much younger. Our generation, when you had loans, they used to send auctioneers to your house.
Yeah.
So people are scared of
They're
that
scared,
thing.
yeah.
So that you've seen your folks, man, your house, they came and cleared everything.
They want to take my 75.
Yeah, so you're afraid. You're like, man, I don't want the debt.
Yes.
Because for you, debt is a bad thing.
Yeah,
But we're not taught that in this system, debt is a good thing.
it's a good thing.
It's how you manage it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. Okay, another question I have. Sorry, did you finish?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have another question. We have, you get calls or you get emails from your credit card company or the bank or whatever. They tell you, you've qualified for credit increase on your card. Is it a good thing to accept that, or when you get that call or that notification, email, whatever, is it always a good practice to say, okay, yeah, I'll take that?
So if it's your credit card and not a loan, there are loans that will call you and be like, you qualify for $10,000 extra.
Yes.
Then that one I would say is a no. But if it's your credit card, let's say TD, and you had 1,000 and they're telling you, oh no, you can qualify to 2,500.
Yes.
You know that. I would take that for sure, because remember we said your credit utilization matters. So if I was using 800 out of 1,000, now imagine I have 2,500 and I'm still using 800.
Okay,
So I'm using already less than 50%.
You're increasing your percentage.
Yeah. So if you can always increase
If you can always
increase your credit limit, then do so, because it increases your credit. I mean, it decreases the percentage that you have your credit utilization.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So why would you decline the other one? So let's say I owe 10,000 and the bank says, you know what, we can approve you for another one, line of credit for another 10,000.
For what?
Yes, for me to have
I
money.
think they're prolonging the time you're gonna
pay. And if you ever check, if you ever check, the interest rate they're gonna give you the new amount with is always more than what they give you the first one with. Yes. And mostly for, let's not even say the bank, the small companies, payday loans, everything. The interest rate is very, very high.
No, I'm not talking about those I don't touch. But I'm talking about a bank. So like if I'm with CIBC and they say, okay, look, you have a credit card, maybe your limit was 30,000 and you're at 50%.
Yes.
And then you never had a line of credit, and they offer you a line of credit for 20,000. You would say no for that?
She said credit card you can take.
Yeah.
She's talking about.
But now they've given you another
loan.
It's a line of.
They're giving you the 10,000 cash.
Not cash.
Yeah.
I don't want cash.
Because you said you want to have money.
No.
So yeah.
I thought they were just adding you like a credit, like a line of credit, but a loan at the I don't want.
If they're increasing the amount you can borrow, then that's good.
Fine.
But if they're giving you 10 grand cash, for what?
So Tracy, thank you for the breakdown on how things go with credit scores and interest rates, and you've taught us terms that some of us have never heard of. So I have a question. We have people who are financing cars, and more often than not, you'll find that towards the end of their financing, or maybe in the middle sometimes, the car company will come, the car dealer will send you a message, an email, or call you and tell you that we have a newer model than you have. Would you like for us to put you in a newer car? What do you think about when they're trying to
give you such offers?
Give you a newer car. Most of the times, for example, you bought your car in 2015.
Yes.
That time your interest rate was really, really low. Right now you'll find they're giving you with a very high interest rate. That's the biggest difference. That's where the catch is. That's where they want to make the money from. And also another thing is they want you to continue making your payments.
Yes.
Because remember,
so they're prolonging their business with
because
you.
when you finish, you have your car now paid.
Yes.
So like, yo man, you have a
you still
2021 model.
Yes.
That was 2015.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to do your own due diligence.
Exactly.
And
do your own
negotiate.
due diligence.
I think we're always afraid of negotiating, but I think there's room to negotiate here.
Okay, yeah. So you can negotiate price and the interest rate as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interest rate not as much, because most car dealerships they get the loan from the bank.
Okay.
They don't give you like specifically like there's a Toyota bank that will give you that.
Yes.
Mostly they get it from Scotia and then they give it to you, for example, right? So Interest rate, not as much. Interest rates, the only way you can negotiate interest rate is by having a better credit score, by having a better reliability, you know.
So I have a question. This is more on a rental part and you as a realtor. So when you go out there, have you encountered homeowners who are mostly African, like Kenyans, who want to rent their homes? Do we have a database of such? Or we just go to anybody? Yeah.
Mostly Kenyans, not as much.
But at least there's some.
There are some. But that's why we keep on encouraging people, just have your own home and do it as an investment. Real estate is the best way to create wealth.
Yes.
So that's one thing. People always look at, okay, I just want this big home, 7-bedroom for myself.
Yes.
But look at it in a point of, I want to get a duplex, live on one side and rent out the other side.
Yes.
And then after that, you grow your equity, grow your real estate portfolio. Then after that, you can rent it out. Because most of the people we are seeing out here is like people who are not even Africans, mostly, who are renting out their houses, which is bringing a very huge racism issue when your tenant or when your client is black.
Yes.
And you want to get a house, and these guys are gonna look, this one is black, I am and then there's another person who had applied who is this. You as a black person with a better credit score and everything,
you tend not to get the house.
Exactly. Most of the times you tend to do like 8 to 10 applications before you even do that, you even get the house. But mostly the thing that I advise people, it's going to be hard, but if you're getting a newer rental, like try and be saved up like 4 months, 5 months up front. So the more the money, at the end of the day, the money will speak. Most people are racist yet, yes, but when they see the money and you're like, okay, I'm giving 6 months up front, he's not black, and he's giving first and last. So for me, I'll be like, okay, 6 months is way better than that. So the best caution we can have is, first of all, be having a lot more upfront.
But I think the ultimate goal is for us
to find
as a community
to
start owning homes.
Yes.
So like you see what we're talking about in the other episode.
Yes.
But if our community, like the Kenya community in Ontario, the organization, can now have this kind of discussions within ourselves, and people can put money together, or even if we have the theology, as we're saying, the church, which is very proactive in saying, as a church, we need to now start buying. See, the Catholic Church has buildings, buy land, we build.
Or even buy buildings, like an apartment
building.
Yes.
So in the future, you know that, those apartments are owned by the Kenya Community Church. So you have first dibs.
Yes.
So even us, we can discriminate and say, this is for Kenya.
Why not?
Because we need that.
Yes.
Because the way it's going, these guys are taking over.
We'll be left out with nothing.
Yeah, and to rent will be a problem.
Yeah.
And already rental prices are way over the roof.
Yeah, it's madness right now.
Yeah. Tracy got me this place actually. I'll give you just a little bit of the process we went through. So I moved out of my old house. I wasn't owning, but I moved out of the rental house I had, and then I told Tracy, could you help me find a place? We found a few places, went and looked at them. These people even agreed that tomorrow we'll send the money in, and then the next day, as soon as you want to deposit the money for them to start, the exchange, give you keys and everything, they just come up with a story.
Things are flipped.
Yeah, they'd be like, the landlord decided they're not going to rent anymore. They're going to move in. Yes. And Matthew, that is something I've heard so many times. Even earlier on in my stay in this country, about 2013-14, we were renting a basement, and then this person just decided, I'm going to kick these guys out. He gave us a notice, and the reason for giving us a notice was, I'm going to get my son to move back in. He had moved out, now he wants to move back in.
Yes, so I need my space.
Yeah, only to find out that
he was renting it to other people.
To increase the rent.
They are people.
They are people.
Yes.
But mostly you can sue on that notice. The only reason as to why they can make you move out is if a family is moving in, and if you find out the son did not move in.
Yes.
But then the problem is the tenant board, it takes too much time.
And also your own time. Why would I go around?
Or go back and check and...
Unless you just refuse to move.
Exactly.
And then now when you're there, you go for the case.
Yes.
You say, I'm not moving.
This is the reason why. But at that time, they can still argue that the son is moving in.
It's okay, but you refuse. I have nowhere to go.
Yeah, but even that, it's not a valid reason for your son moving back in, right?
It is for family.
Or for family.
They're supposed to give you a notice, maybe 2 months. As to your agreement, they can give you 2 months notice, or you can give them 2 months notice, right? So that
also, if I tell you a family member is coming, that's automatic. I gotta go.
Yeah, but the problem
so if I don't find somewhere in those 2 months,
you're screwed.
I wouldn't go.
Some people tend to stay there.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Yeah,
if it's
and become
winter,
a
what am I
squatter.
going to do?
Yeah.
I want to stay and say, I'm going to wait for summer, please. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah.
Your son can come and share with me. Like we're in the next bedroom. Fala.
But yeah, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time. I hope, guys, you've found something helpful in this episode. Let us know if you there's things you didn't understand. We can always have Tracy come back. She's been very kind to come on a short notice. Solo, something you want to say?
Oh yeah, Tracy will give us. We'll have her information. You know, if you need to contact her, if you need to get a rental, if you need to buy a house. But you know, subscribe. Stitching Time.
Yeah.
Check out Mzuka Flani.
Yes.
The African Tantalizer. Tracy on
The Tracy Murai.
The Tracy Murai. Mwenyewe.
Yeah, check out. Ask her questions. We're gonna put her social media on the screen.
Yes.
Ask her questions. You do a lot of renting stuff?
Yes, I do rentals, I do purchases, sales, investing, pre-construction. That's also something else. So I do like everything combined.
Another question as we close. Sorry, I know we've done the wrapping up. So, for example, let's say me and Solomon have a community organization that we are responsible for, and we have money, and let's say we wanted to look for a hall, a community hall, or we want to buy like commercial property. You can help out with that.
Yeah.
So even if we're looking to rent a place for a restaurant, for example.
Yes, I can do that too.
Okay.
So I'm more of residential because most people need residential, but I do commercial too.
Okay.
So because it's not commercial is a little bit more complicated, but at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. You're still getting a place for something.
Yes. Okay.
So I can do both of them. Then
Tracy,
thank you very much.
thank you so much.
Yet again,
that's another episode of the Stitching Time. Just to okolea, man. Adios, people.
Muchacho. Thank you.
I only fit.